You ever notice how something small turns into something much bigger in your mind? A simple decision. A normal situation. Something that should take just a few seconds. But instead, you stop. You think. And then you think again. And suddenly, you're stuck. Not because the situation is complicated, but because your mind made it complicated. Imagine this. You're standing in a supermarket, looking at two options. They look almost the same. Same price. Same purpose. Same everything. And yet, you can't decide. You look at one, then the other, then back again. And your mind starts asking questions. Which one is better? What if I choose wrong? What if there's something I'm missing? And now something simple feels important. Too important. Because your brain doesn't see it as a choice anymore. It sees it as a risk. And that's where everything changes. Because the moment your brain detects a risk, it doesn't want to move forward. It wants to be sure. And the problem is, it never feels sure enough. This is Mindy. Mindy doesn't just think. Mindy analyzes. Constantly. Everything you see. Everything you do. Every decision you try to make. Mindy wants to make the perfect choice. The safest one. The one with zero regret. But here's the problem. There is no perfect choice. And the more Mindy tries to find one, the more time passes. And the more time passes, the more pressure builds. Now it's not just a decision anymore. It feels like something bigger. Something that says something about you. Your intelligence. Your judgment. Your ability to get things right. And suddenly, choosing something simple feels like a test. A test you can fail. So instead of choosing, you wait. You think a little more. You compare again. You try to feel which one is right. But that feeling never comes. Because Mindy isn't looking for a good choice. It's looking for certainty. And certainty almost never exists. And this doesn't happen only in small things. It happens in everything. Messages. Conversations. Plans. Opportunities. You start thinking about what could happen. Then what might go wrong. Then what that would mean. And before you realize, you're no longer deciding. You're predicting. Trying to control outcomes that don't even exist yet. Your mind creates scenarios. Different possibilities. Different futures. And each one feels real. Each one feels possible. And because of that, each one feels like something you need to consider. So you stay there. Going through each option. Trying to simulate everything. Trying to avoid mistakes. Before they even happen. But here's what Mindy doesn't realize. The more you try to avoid mistakes, the harder it becomes to act. Because now, everything feels risky. Everything feels uncertain. And uncertainty is exactly what your brain doesn't like. So instead of moving forward, you stay still. Thinking. Replaying. Analyzing. Waiting for clarity. Waiting for that moment where everything finally feels right. But that moment rarely comes. Because clarity doesn't come from thinking more. It comes from moving. From choosing. From acting, even without certainty. Mindy believes something very simple. If I think a little more, I'll get it right. But most of the time, thinking more doesn't solve the problem. It feeds it. It keeps the loop going. Because every new thought creates a new doubt. And every doubt creates a new need to think. And suddenly, you're stuck in a loop. Not because you don't know what to do, but because your mind won't let you stop thinking. So here's something important. You don't need the perfect choice. You don't need certainty. You just need movement. Because action breaks the loop. Not thinking. And the moment you take a step, even a small one, something changes. The noise gets quieter. The pressure gets lighter. And your mind finally slows down. If this feels familiar, comment. I overthink everything. And share this with someone who might be stuck in the same loop. Because sometimes the problem isn't the decision. It's the thinking.